The reason we're doing this is because we hit 200 on Twitch as well as YouTube. Well, on YouTube it happened a while ago, in all honesty. But this video on Twitch also, I was like, why not? Why not just go ahead and do a thing? So we're just gonna go through, watch some old videos, both on my channel as well as some other channels. Because we're also gonna watch videos that I didn't make too, just videos that happened around the time that I actually enjoyed and whatnot. So my overall history with YouTube, not just my channel, kind of thing. We're not gonna go through everything. We're not gonna watch everything, but we are gonna just reminisce for a bit. The way it started was, and this was months before I actually even went to the YouTube website, but my cousin over summer break one time had he showed me a YouTube video of Red versus Blue, which is a web series, right? It's a Halo web series by Rooster Teeth that I'd never seen before. And he showed me a scene where Tex, Agent Texas, fights the Reds and the Blues. And I thought that was super cool. I was like, wow, people do this kind of thing? They just make videos and stuff with their games and stuff? I was like, that's really cool. Push some buttons, I don't know. Push some buttons. I love Caboose. I love this show. Like, I saw up to the end of the Halo 4 stuff, and I thought all of it was great. Like, I watched this and it made me want to go back and watch all of it, and I loved it. It was so good. Good times, good times. Yeah. So that kind of inspired me. I was like, people can make videos of games and stuff, and that was super cool. So then I made a YouTube channel, and yeah, YouTube had a video editor thing in their channel before, and it had a community clip things that you could just throw together. And I mean, I like Naruto, so I was like, we're gonna just throw some Naruto stuff together. I pretty much made an AMV out of Ninja Storm 2 cutscenes. Turned out pretty well, for the most part. So yeah, that was the thing. That was when I was first starting out YouTube. And then I started watching, because of the Red vs. Blue stuff, I started watching a bunch of like Achievement Hunter videos. Just seeing how much fun they had together. I was like, that seems like a fun and rather good idea. So I was like, I'll make a channel for me and my friends, and we could just do stuff. I was like, I have video cameras lying around, and I was like, Windows has a editing software, and they had Windows Live Movie Maker, which is how I made the vast majority of my videos for many years. It was around the same time that MW3 was coming out, and like this video popped up into my recommended feed. I know the words to the song. Yeah. I watched a lot. I watched a lot of his videos. I still listen. This was the era of video game songs, and BrySi was definitely the one I listened to the most when he came to this kind of stuff. Yeah, MW3 still my most played video game of all time, actually, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, MW3 came out. So me and my friends started playing that a lot, especially me. This was actually around the same time that I made my first Xbox account, like for online stuff. I also bought my own Xbox at the time, with some money I won from my school. Unfortunately, I had to I had to take it back, like not even a week later, because my dad needed some money. So he ended up just giving me his Xbox, which I actually still have. I was thinking about grabbing it, but it's up on the shelf and there's stuff up there, and I don't feel like struggling to do that. Plus, I'm very cold right now. I'm wrapped up in my blankie. So around that time, the first game, the first 2 or 3 games I bought for my Xbox was, I bought Virtua Fighter 5, I bought MW3, and I bought Blaze Blue. This is my first Blaze Blue. Oh no, you don't have to hear that. Actually, yeah, I started making videos with my webcam, like my laptop camera. so a lot of my very, very old stuff is terrible quality. But it was a thing. I was having fun. I played my first time playing Blaze Blue. Won my first online matches in the fighting game in... Actually, I think this was my first time playing a fighting game online, ever. I think about it. It was Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue was my first online fighting game. Yeah, fun game. I loved it. I liked playing Jin. I liked playing Noel and Terumi, especially. He has a hat. For whatever reason, I like characters with hats. They're just super cool to me. And he has knives. I like knives. Yeah, I fell in love with Blaze Blue. I started playing that a bit. Also started playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken because that came out around that time, and that game has a whole history about that. You could look that up on your own time. I'm not gonna discuss that. And then Minecraft comes out on the Xbox. Actually, I have a BrySi hat. And I didn't even know all right, so I heard about Minecraft before. I didn't know that, like, I never looked at it before. I just heard the name tossed around here and there before. And at school during lunch, one of my friends pulls up to me with this video. I like this song a lot. I love Brian's expression. Big ass eyes. My friends are like, "Oh, get on!" And they're calling me like, "Get on Xbox, let's play Minecraft." Yada yada. One of my friends' license transfers me the game, and we end up playing Minecraft. You don't need to hear my voice crack. And this was recorded on like a old ass monitor that only uses VGA. Because I had a Xbox cable that went to VGA, so I'd use this little monitor. And I was watching I think this over here is... I think this was a projector. I don't think this was my laptop. I was watching Red vs. Blue over here. And this was my first... I'm not gonna say viral video, but it was the first video that like popped off a bit. Like it got like this is the most views I've had on a video until recent years, honestly. The summer passes, like my birthday passes, and my dad decides to buy me Ninja Storm Generations, which I was actually looking forward to. That was a fun game, as well as Samurai Showdown Sen. I don't like that game. I'm not really a fan of Samurai Showdown to begin with, but I specifically don't like that game. That game is... It's not fun, and it's not good. It's really, really annoying to play. Even just going through the arcade mode. So, I had the idea, I will put my friend through this torture that I had to sit through. So I make him play it. And he hates it just as much as I do, if not more so, because he doesn't really play fighting games like that. So he didn't like no controls kind of thing, like Z motions and whatnot. Whereas I do. I taught myself how to play fighting games on the Dreamcast as a child. Yeah. That's always a fun video to show people because for specific reasons you can figure that out on your own. Some more time passes. We decide we're going to make a video series of just of poorly drawn pictures in paint. So these were like basically 4-panel comics for the most part that me and my friends used to do. Which didn't last very long, in all honesty. They were only around. We only did like maybe 4 or 5 of these. I kind of want to redo this kind of thing, like retry making these kinds of videos, which is why I kind of want to get back into doing art, or at least poorly drawn art at the very least, and do that as a thing. Because I've never tried digital art before. Like I've done like a couple things. I did these, and I was trying to kind of have this, which is my Monster Hunter character from World, but kind of make it like a Final Fantasy thing. This is I was just trying to like sketch it out to show it to somebody to have it commissioned, but that fell through, unfortunately. Around the time I got more into COD, so yeah, it was around Christmas. I watched this video. This is my very first time seeing StraightUpKnives, and like seeing how and learning that there was like a knifing community in Call of Duty. I thought that was super cool because Call of Duty had. It was also the first time I heard E-DUBBLE. I was like, I like this song, so I decided to look more into this kind of thing. I thought this kind of video was super cool. I was like, oh, it's just like a community thing, people, and I immediately realized what game mode this was. I was like, oh, this is all or nothing, because the spring before this, Call of Duty had a like a spring summer break playlist kind of thing. They had one in the chamber, they had All or Nothing, and they had Gun Game in rotation. And me and my friend did a video of playing All or Nothing with just our knives, and I was like, oh, there's actually a lot of people that do this after watching this video. I was like, this is cool. Yeah, I started doing AO and live comms. I kind of like threw myself into that community of people, which I'll say this now, it's not just Call of Duty or even just fighting games, but any community you go into, there's always toxicity somewhere. Which is why I always put air quotes around the word community there. I'm like, everyone hates each other. Around that same time, Halo 4 comes out. BrySi made our song. Is a EMINEM parody. It's also the same time that I started watching Green Skull and Ready Up Live. I started following his channel because he was doing updates on Halo, like leading all the way up to launch, and I was super excited for the game. The reason I chose this song though is because this very much encapsulates how a lot of people felt about Halo. Because Reach happened, and most people didn't like Reach for one reason or another. It was I love this game. Halo 4 is my favorite Halo, still to this day. Yeah, this Halo just felt like they understood what made a good shooter, and I really like this game a lot. It's only a Halo that actually made to max rank. But this game was definitely one of my first times I remember being super excited for a game outside of MW3. Yeah, I started looking more or into because of that throwing knife video. I started looking more into like montages and stuff, and I was like, oh, there's like a shit ton of people who this is just a thing. like people do this, and that's actually where I end up getting a lot of the music in my music playlist was from montages and stuff at the time. I'd go into I'd look at montages more so for the music rather than the clips. I was like, I like the music. And the edits are cool too. Like they'd sync up shots to like the beat and stuff like that. Yeah, this was the first time I saw like I heard of FaZe and like find out that people snipe. It's like snipers and quick scoping and whatever. Like, and I didn't know at the time, but I was already kind of doing this stuff. Well, not like the montages and whatnot, but like playing in these ways. Because even as a child playing Halo 1 and Halo 2, in 007 whatever, I always had an infatuation for like the insta-kill weapons, but only specific ones. And it's still something that I kind of like the ones where you like shotguns were nice and whatever. Energy swords were cool because Star Wars, and then I liked the sniper rifle more specifically. I liked the sound it made, and I liked that you had to be precise with it. And it's still something that I kind of pride myself on is being accurate, like being able to be accurate with something like that. And just like taking someone out quickly. So I was already like using snipers and stuff as like my main weapons for a long time at this point. So like, oh, just like I was like, I'm not the only one, and there's people who do it even better than I do, like way better. I thought that was super cool. I think the time that I saw this video was around the same time that I saw their 1 million montage. Like I remember getting into like this kind of stuff super late, like watching montages and whatever. Like it was because BO2 had already come out at this point. That I was watching this video. I didn't get BO2 at launch. I got it in spring, like off of spring break. And BO2 had a thing where you could stream the game itself. This is like a recording of when I was streaming it. But I actually did stream this through the game. So this is my very first live stream was BO2. Fast forward like a month or two later, I'd say, because this is March. And I remember it was in June. It was like June 6th, I want to say. I was working on a montage for All or Nothing in BO or not Black Ops in MW3. It was going to be like my best video ever on the channel. I still believe that to this day. It was great. I did things I've never been able to do before in that video or since. And it was super cool, and I was almost done. I was gonna upload it because I had it ready. But our cousins come over, right? One of them asked to use like my laptop to like look at like Left 4 Dead stuff because they played Left 4 Dead a lot, and they want to watch like videos on speedruns and stuff like that. Shortcuts and whatever else, glitches, because they're super into glitches. I get the laptop back, and I try to turn it on. It doesn't turn on. So I'm like, okay, it just has to charge. Plug in the charger, and it's not charging. I was hurt. I was panicked, and I was hurt, and I was like, what do I do? Because I was like, I can't do anything now. I was like, I can't do anything YouTube-wise. I can't upload because I was the one uploading everything. Like even when my friends would make videos, they'd give me like their flash drives or whatever, and I would upload, and I would be the one who upload the videos. So my laptop like just stopped working, and then I never, and I didn't have the video backed up on a flash drive or anything. I wish I had it backed up somewhere, because I could have uploaded it like years later. But man, that was going to be such a good video that I had just edited. I had it ready. I was hyping it up, and then the laptop broke. The only thing I was able to do from that point onward was upload clips through Call of Duty, like 30-second clips, because Call of Duty had a thing in their theater mode where you can upload to YouTube. So I was only able to do that. And so that lasted for a while, but I started, and we were still getting subscribers at that point, but I was like, can't really do this. I was like, I'm not really enjoying it. Fast forward from this point, like a few months, I'd say. Actually, it was almost a whole year later. I make this channel. I make my current YouTube channel. I was kind of just trying to do whatever I could, because I was not in a happy place for the rest of like from this point for like another 2 years. I was just like super depressed and just like not okay. But very first video, I make a AO1 montage. Call it New Beginning, because new channel. The way it syncs up, I used to like when things would do that. Like I would just throw everything into like the video editor, separate them by like whatever stage they are, because most of the time there'd be repeats of stages. So I try to split them between, stretch them between each other, and things would kind of sync up with the music. So and I try to sync it up a little bit better if I could. Yes, so I was doing this stuff on a phone at this point, since I didn't have my laptop or video camera. My parents and the rest of my family even, they were never really supportive of what I was doing at the time, which was like really nothing. I was only allowed to play video games on the weekend on top of that. So I was like, I would literally just sit in my room doing absolutely nothing. Am I a VTuber now? Only for right now. Only for right now. Only for today. Because I'm eating. I'm eating and I'm talking. I didn't want to be on camera for this. I cleaned my room for this too, because my room was a little bit messy. I had some laundry on the ground that I had to pick up. But yeah. Anyway, doing this kind of video was super easy for me, because this is pretty much all I would do at the time. I was like, I could make a lot of these very quickly, since I only had like a day or two to play the game. So I decided to make a series off of this. I'm sure most of these are like privatized. I'm pretty sure. I think. But I decided to make a series of the knifing stuff I would do in All or Nothing, and I call it the Specialist, because when you got 7 kills, you get the Specialist bonus. Good times. And then soon after that, I changed my gamer tag to Fuuko, because the character from Clannad named Fuuko is like my favorite character in that show, and I like that anime a lot. It really hit for me, because it literally just the first few seconds of that show like synced with me so hard. Yeah, I changed my gaming tag because I joined this team, like this YouTube team called the Knife Academy, who did like knifing videos, obviously, mostly centered around all or nothing. But then some stuff came out, like the leader of the team or whatever, came out that they were faking clips, which was like a big no-no to a lot of people. Yeah, and they had Lemon in their name, which I also had in my name at one point. So I changed my name because people would get me confused with them, and it would cause drama for me, which I didn't want. I didn't want to hear all that toxicity around me. So I was like, I'm gonna just change my name so people stop confusing me with this other person. Yeah, I made some friends from this stuff, like Kenny Side, for instance, who's a good friend. And also the first friend that I had who would also play fighting games with me. So he'd play like Street Fighter 4 and whatnot. I would like to play Street Fighter with him again in the near future. That'd be fun. I was never good at fighting games, especially back then. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I knew how to do special moves and whatnot, right? Obviously, I knew how to do fireballs and whatever all else, but I didn't know squat about. I was like, what's a one frame link? What's a combo? Do what now? Yeah, that whole thing falls apart. Some of the people from there, as well as Kenny Side, they invite me to join a new team. Like just after my birthday, actually. I had just hit like 50 subs on this channel. And then they, and I did like a GFX package or whatever for them for, I could probably find it. Yeah, I did this for them. I would do this kind of thing for them. But yeah, they saw that I did this, and then they invited me to join the team to continue doing more stuff like this for them. Which I was cool with. I was like, sure, I would do that. Which is where I got more close with Kenny, and he'd do stuff for me. Like he made this for me, which this is still my favorite picture like profile picture out of the ones I had when I was in this team. Because Kenny was also learning Photoshop and stuff. Yeah, I was in this team for a while. Not too long though. I think it was like almost a year, not quite a year, but it was almost a year. Excuse me. I grew off of this very quickly. I like this was just after I hit 50 subs, and then like a month or two later, I hit 100 subs. So I decided to make a video for that. I got permission from Abandoning Sunday to use like their songs for this. I actually got another laptop for college. I was like, oh cool, I could actually edit stuff now. Good times, good times. So for my 100 sub video, I did like a 10-minute montage, kind of, not necessarily montage, but it's a bunch of clips, a bunch of reminiscing, kind of reminiscent video entered in like montage form. It's probably one of my best made videos, honestly. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, in terms of an idea that I wanted to execute, this probably went the best out of all of them. One of my better videos, in my opinion. One of my favorite videos I've made. Because during this point, I was actually becoming more okay with myself, like just as a person. I was doing better, because I had time away from a lot of toxic stuff in my life. Soon after this, though, I ended up coming back home because I was getting sick a lot. Like I would always get sick when I was in university, so there's a lot of times where I couldn't attend class because I would literally just be asleep all day with fever and just stuck in bed, and that was like tanking my mental health. So I ended up moving back home where things didn't really get much better, in all honesty. A trick shot now here, what? I was a Call of Duty nerd. Oh no. Don't look, chat. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, I moved back home. I actually got my Xbox One for Christmas, which was cool because that is so I could do even more stuff, right? Because with the Xbox One, you can just record clips from anything. So it was like I could do more than just Call of Duty. I also found out you could just stream straight from your console too. So like that's cool. So I think literally a day or two after Christmas, one of my friends comes over to spend the night, and we just play through the Gears of War story.
Expand your reality.
Expand your. I need to download that clip. Expand your reality. But fast forward a little bit. I'm like experimenting with ways I can make videos, like how to include my audio, like my voice and whatnot. So the way I would go about it from here is right. So Xbox would be recording the video because you could set it to make it so it would just start recording things, and my laptop would be recording my voice. So then I would then upload the video privately, then download the video, put it into the editing software, and then put my voice over it with the voice file that I had recorded beforehand. Fast forward a bit. I leave Shinobi because I felt like I was just taking up a spot on the roster because I wasn't really doing anything for them for a while. No one really needed anything done. Fast forward a bit. Parents hounded me about jobs and whatnot because I still couldn't find a job. I was searching, but no one would accept me because the vast majority of jobs you would get, they want you to have like at least a year or two's worth of experience beforehand. But with someone with no experience in any type of job, because I'm fresh out of school, no one wanted to hire me. Yeah, so my parents sent me away to California. So I'm just stuck out there. Yeah, so I'm out there, still just searching for work. Not going well, really. I end up making a, not really a montage, but I did throw together a video. I was like, because I was like just super depressed because everyone was hounding me about something that I really had no control over. Yeah, I just kind of like slapdash this together. It's not a good video by any means in terms of clip story and anything like that. But it was fun. Yeah, so that happens. Come back home, finally. They finally let me come back home. Come back home. One of my friends I haven't seen in many years because they had moved away. Decided to come visit. We were both going through a rough time at the time, and just decided to stream some Dark Souls. This is the only time I ever played Dark Souls. Don't ask me to play this game ever again. Did I finish Dark Souls? No, I didn't. I killed the second boss, like the guy on the bridge. And then I stopped. Yeah, I ended up getting Destiny for Xbox One. I love this game. Destiny 1 was such a fun game. This is a good game. This is a video game, chat. Warframe's better now. It may still be getting support, but no. Yeah, at this point I started doing a lot more streams. I guess I shouldn't say a lot more, but I did start introducing myself into streaming more. One of my friends had also started getting into streaming, and she's doing quite well in the streaming area now. Proud of her for that. She plays Valorant mostly. Hold on, I could damn, what's her Twitch? I actually don't know the name of her Twitch channel. Hold on. I know the person, but I don't. And I do. I am a mod in their streams, so I do watch their streams. I just don't like look at the stream name. So I'm like, how do I spell this? Yeah. Okay. So it is what I thought it was. Because I know she changed it at one point. Yeah. She's doing very well in the streaming area now. She plays Valorant mostly. She used to play like COD and Minecraft when we were younger. She'd also play like CS:GO, or she used to play Fortnite. That accursed game. Anyway, back to the YouTube stuff. Me and my friends start playing a lot because now they all have Xbox. All my friends have Xbox at this point. So I'm like, oh, cool, I get to play with the boys. So the boys, we start running shit. I was going to ask, you should ask. Don't say that, Nerky. Don't say that. So yeah, we all started playing like Call of Duty because it's just like a thing we all, as a game that we all like have in common, that we enjoy for the most part, or at least together we enjoy. We can make our own fun whenever we played video games. Yeah, so we started playing a lot of COD. So I'm just like recording everything, which is something that I used to do back in the day. I just record everything because you never know when something would happen. Because a lot of times we'd end up missing the good stuff. And because I was recording everything, it makes it so I could I just ended up being able to make highlight videos. I just throw together fails, potential clips, and whatever all else, kind of random shenanigans. What would happen, trolling, whatever all else. And I can make these videos very quickly. They were fun to make, so I started doing that a lot. I've made like, I think 13 of these, 13 COD highlight videos, I think, something like that. They were very fun to make. I didn't like Black Ops 3 as a game that very much, but I got a lot of content out of it. Because me and all my friends, we all had similar time frames where we could play, and it was just a lot of fun. BO1 though? BO1 wasn't backward compatible yet. We will get there though. Don't worry, we will get there. The fast forward a bit more. I have to go back to California because my grandpa passes away. Also around the same time, one of our friends at the time, he was releasing a mixtape. He sent me some songs I could use early on before it released. So I would just promote it up until release at that point. He doesn't make music anymore though, unfortunately. Which I'm still sad about. I really enjoyed his songs. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. Yeah, I get my... so since we're all playing together, I also around this time got them into Destiny. So now I had friends to play Destiny with. So and the grind became real. Fast forward a bit, Overwatch has its beta, and then it launches. I make a highlight video of me leveling up until I'm able to play ranked. This was a song made by another one of my friends. The mixtape that he put out was based around Yu Yu Hakusho, which I thought was neat. Like right after Overwatch launches, Titanfall 2 has this beta, and this game is sick. I love this game. Titanfall 2 is great. A little bit after that, I figured out how to do 1080p videos, I think. Right after that. Yes, this is our first 1080p video. I miss when I miss when snipers just sound like you, the sound of a sniper, it just sound like you slap somebody. I miss that so much. started playing a bit more Halo 5. I was like, I have a lot of things recorded, so I was like, I could just throw together like a montage. Because again, I like these like compilation kind of video things. It's just what I enjoy doing most out of everything. Halo 5 was fun for a time, but it's mostly fun for like custom games. A little bit after this, I did start working like a month or two in. I bought a Wii U, which came with Mario Kart, and I bought Smash. So I was like, oh, we're playing Smash. Let's go. And so we did. And this is my first video of me actually using my Elgato, which I quickly found out that my laptop couldn't handle too well. Like sometimes it would work out and sometimes it wouldn't. So I just opted out to not use it. Throw together. I actually like this video, like a multi-cod thing. I mostly stopped playing with my friends at this point because all of them wanted to play Overwatch and like just Overwatch. That was just their thing, and I didn't want to grind out just Overwatch. I didn't really want to burn myself out on the game. Who's this MOG? Elite no scoper. Don't worry about it. It's Shrek. Fast forward a bit. AO1 comes back in Infinite Warfare, right around February. I mean, right around Valentine's Day. So I'm like, cool. I get to play AO1 and throw. I could continue the Specialist series, which this is still the last one that came out, episode 9. Which it was fun. It's nearly was not nearly as fun as like how it used to be back in the duh. But it was enjoyable. But unfortunately, we got some bad news around that time. Evan Wallace, aka E-DUBBLE, Mr. Slow Flow, the Two-Tone Rebel. He passed away, which that hurts a lot. A lot of people felt sad about that, or a lot of people in the Call of Duty space that I was in anyway was quite saddened by that. He's a cool dude. He followed me on Twitter. Still sad he passed away though. Like I used to love his music. Like it got me through a lot of tough times. Yeah, I was a sad boy for the. Well, I still have my moments. I won't lie about that. But for the vast majority of my life, I was the sad boy. Or even if I wasn't sad, just the energy I gave off was just like, I simply exist and nothing else. No type of personality, no hobby, no like excitement to be found anywhere. Just existing. Existing and suffering. Yeah, so at about around this point in time, I had just now started working fast food, and or it was like just after this, right? I'd started working fast food, which sucked all hell. Literally just killed my everything. And my YouTube suffered for it, definitely. My YouTube as well as my mental health suffered for working there, and it just was not okay. But yeah, started working fast food, started barely uploading because I'd be busy, other people would be busy. Well, they'd have the same time off. I'd be the outlier. So I was working Grave at the time, and I was pretty much just alone in the world for the year and a half that I worked at this place, and I was not happy. One of my friends did fly out here though. He visited me and one of our other friends from New York, so that was cool. I also ended up going to EVO this year, which was super cool. It was my first time going to EVO. I got in for free on the last day because one of my friend's dad, their dad had worked for the setup crew, and he had gave us some free passes for finals. So right after work, I ended up going to 2017 EVO, and it was a good time. I caught the Tekken tournament, the Street Fighter tournament, and Smash. I saw Akuma in the trailer and whatnot. And they that was also when they showed the Geese trailer. I was like, I gotta play Tekken. So I have to play Tekken now. Funny enough, I don't play either of those two characters. I play Elisa mainly. Yeah, a while later, I ended up buying my PS4. I also ended up finally uploading this montage I was working on for the past year, like on and off. It was supposed to come out like way beforehand, but I just was never motivated to like do anything because of work and whatnot. I was the only one in the house paying rent at the time, so I like barely have any. I'd end the month with $100 to myself. This video actually uses a cover of Riri. It's a cover by Lee and Lee. I think she's a VTuber now, right? I think she goes by Monarch. I definitely didn't ask for permission to use the song, though. I kind of just uploaded it. Oh, they're live right now. Oh, yes. And then I did my first PlayStation stream, which was Vexel, because this had a beta. They actually teased this game at EVO that year, but it was a joke at first. But it ended up becoming an actual thing. I was like, it's the EX characters. I love these characters. The EX game is back. What? So I played it. Around this time, I was watching like history behind the warrior, like his reaction videos to stuff like Soul Calibur and yada yada. But yeah, at some point during this beta, I actually ended up fighting against Maximilian, dude. I was like, I've heard this name before. Somewhere. I was like, I don't know where I heard this name. It turns out my friend had mentioned him to me before, and that's when I started watching. I started watching him on Twitch and whatnot. And then he also put up his Hype and Rage video for Monster Hunter World, because that had a beta like literally at the same time, or it was like maybe a couple weeks before, but it was around the same time frame. And that was really cool. I like that video a lot. During that year, Call of Duty World War II comes out, which, admittedly, I did enjoy that game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I never bought the DLC for it. But in the first month or two of the game being out, I decided to throw together like a montage for it. Definitely one of my favorite ones. One of the favorite montages I've made. This game had some beautiful headshot sounds, man. Sledgehammer, for whatever reason, just understood the sound, like making headshots have like a distinct sound was just it. A little bit after that, I buy a computer. I bought a computer. And the reason I bought it is because everyone kept taking my laptop to use for whatever. Who knows what, like taxes or just looking up random stuff or whatever. Everybody would always come in my room and take my laptop. And I had to plug it all up again and yada yada. And it was just really annoying. So I bought a computer. Just a standard $200 computer. It was trash, but it worked a little bit. I was able to use my Elgato on this too, but again, not very well. Not really all that great. I did get this video of it though. This is where I decided to start the professional series. I call it the professionals. Just me and my roommate just playing video games. Really, that's it. The reason I call it professionals is because back when we were in college, we decided that we're just gonna run through both the MW2 and the MW3 Spec Ops mode and try to 3-star everything. so I just call it professionals. Even though we were anything but. Soon after this, though, I decided to start streaming more. Actually, decide to start streaming on Twitch a lot, which is when I did my playthrough of Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. Then we moved on to Sonic Adventure because I gotta have my I have to enjoy my old video games, you know. And it's Sonic Adventure. It's the Dreamcast game. This Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi. Those are the Dreamcast games, right? A little bit after that, I decided to actually start trying to learn and level up in Tekken, which I think we've done successfully, right? We've improved. So Tekken became my first fighting game that I decided to grind online, I suppose. But yeah, so Tekken 7 was the first one I was like, I'm going to try to stream this, because it's something that I could just stream, and I don't have to dedicate too much time to if I don't want to. At this point, I was streaming straight through my Xbox, though. We will move on to external capture card stuff for a while still. A little bit after that, me and my friend, I decided to start having him come over like once every week to play a game for the professionals, to make a video. And one of the games we chose was Overcooked, which this stream right here, this 3-hour stream, was so much fun. This was so much fun. Just me and him specifically by ourselves, just going through. And what the hell? Oh, yeah, just going through, and then we also got our first raid in that during that stream. Our very first raid happened in that stream. A little while after that, DOA has demo. It had a demo before this, but it was only up for like 2 days, and you could only play as Kasumi and Ayane, I believe, and that was it. It was like Kasumi, Ayane, and Diego, I think. But in this one, they were like, oh, you could play more characters. And Hitomi was in there. I was like, gotta play Hitomi.
Oh God, wait.
This is also when I decided to start trying to learn DOA, because I never really went in depth as to game mechanics or anything like that with the game. It always has been my favorite fighting game series, right? But I never actually like learned how to play the game before this point. A little bit after that, I tried to start incorporating more games into my streaming and YouTube content. And I had this idea for a long time where I wanted to just play through a bunch of old fighting games. Well, old or new, but mostly old. Go through like arcade mode with characters and make that like a video game, like a video series. So we started doing that a little bit with Fighting EX Slayer. And this is basically the origins of our Super Arcade Fighter series that we have running. At this point, almost a year after all of that, I make my first video with my Elgato. My first proper video, anyway. Again, we're still doing Super Arcade Fighter at this point. We still are even to this day, but this is me trying to figure out how to actually utilize Elgato, because my dad's lends me his PC at this point, which we start using for a while, like for like a good 6 months or so. So this one's like 720p, 720/60. And since we have the Elgato usable at this point, it opens up our library even way more than before. It means I could I could play multiple games on stream without having to reset the stream, as well as I could just boot up whatever console I want, because I was like, I have like adapters for my PS2 and my Dreamcast and all this other stuff. I could play my Switch now. I could play my Wii now. So that's fun. We also figure out how to optimize the way we go about streaming as well as recording, because I still wasn't able to really record while using
Ashley
the
RE4.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
someone made Ashley
That's actually awesome.
in Soul Calibur.
After Teabag.
And this is like our first time playing Soul Calibur online since like launch. This is I was like, this is just great.
And she's just like,
This fight is actually what made me want to learn Cassandra. This fight and this game made me like Cassandra in this game. I was like, this is a great character. She's awesome. We weren't really able to stream and record at the same time during these days. So what I would do is I would stream through the console and then record from the computer as well as doing at that time. Decided to make a stream intro, which I definitely do still very much enjoy. We use this as our outro screen. English. We use this as our outro screen now. I had a few different versions of this, honestly. In one of the versions, for every beat at the beginning, it was going to be a dragon kick. Because I have a clip of playing DOA where I just do multiple dragon kicks to somebody over and over, and they just don't block it. Or you can't block it, but they do nothing to avoid it, getting hit by it. So I had synced it up to that. We end up not using that though. I like this intro a lot though. It very much encapsulates my channel. This is a little bit of everything. Got the Monster Hunters, the Final Fantasy, the Tekkens, the DOAs, Resident Evil, games with friends like Rocket League. And it's all set to the Bloody Roar 4 opening. Final Fantasy VII Remake. It comes out. I love this game. This game is great. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, it has issues, right? What game doesn't? But this game is amazing. Especially for my first time, like, actually playing through Final Fantasy VII. Because I never played through the original. I remember seeing my dad play a little bit when I was a child. But the only thing I really remember of FF7 was Advent Children. So playing this game was really great to me. Because I was like, I don't know most of the things that happen in this. Like, I know some big events, right? Like Sector 7. Sephiroth, and I know some characters or whatever, but I didn't know, like that story. It was great. It was such a good game. I mean, we all know now that a remake is technically a sequel in the series of FF7 games, but at this point, I started collecting some things. I decided to go and collect the other DOA games, or at least the main title games. And I wanted to do a special stream where we just play through all of them. Because I had my 360. And I actually looked into it. I was like, these games are backward compatible on 360. So all I had to do was spend money to get my hands on them. Which I did. And this was such a fun night to me. Just playing through Dead or Alive 1 Ultimate, 2 Ultimate, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, we mostly just did story stuff. 5 and 6, don't really care for the story modes in those games. But DOA 1 to 4, man, the classic arcade games. Back when the arcade mode was the story mode, I enjoyed those. Back the games when they had their super anime aesthetic before the visual style changed in DOA 5. I mean, I do like the style, the new style as well. but this just represented my childhood. This stuff just represented my childhood. It's man, I would still play. I wish I could play these games online. You technically can. There's a way to do it. I found a way via Parsec as well as stream the game through your computer, but it's just very not consistent that way, unfortunately. River City Girls, the game was already out for a while at this point, but I decided to buy it. Actually, I think I got a code for the game for free. Yeah, I think I won a code in a giveaway, if I remember right, for this game. This game's great. Yeah, I decided to get my friend, and I played through it on arcade stick. And he uses a regular controller, but I very much enjoyed this game so much. Can't wait for part 2. I think 0 had just came out, or I say just came out, but it's really just a localization of a super old game, is what 0 is. And I also just decided to just start a series called Game Night, because there'd be times where I'd play games with friends. At the time, it was pretty often because I had a lot of free time. And I was like, I don't stream everything. And there's plenty of stuff that could be used for content. So it's like, I'll just record us playing some other video games, especially if it's like games that we don't normally play. You know, that I could just throw these together for a video. Because I wouldn't just use them. Because for fighting game videos, I always just use the ranked matches and casual matches, right? I don't do like private lobby stuff. Around this time, last year, is when lots of games that I want to come out are coming out, and they're coming out like within like a week of each other. Like there was Scarlet Nexus, there was Guilty Gear, there was Resident Evil, there's Virtua Fighter, and I think there was one other thing, but yeah, there's lots of stuff just coming out like at the same time. I was like, I need to play everything. So I did my best to do that. We ended up playing Village. We played Guilty Gear. Yeah, about 2 months later.
You see how
We started seeing stuff from Melty Blood. But I'd been seeing like stuff pop up on my Twitter feed for the game, and I heard about it. I think it was a year before they had announced it in like a magazine or something like that. That they're making new Melty Blood. Yeah, trailers started coming out, and I was like, I want to watch this stuff. I want to look at it, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for like more of them to come out. So I waited a while. So then there's like a bunch of stuff to find. People like this video actually. Just a noob learning to about a game that he would eventually come to really enjoy. Because Melty Blood is awesome, such a fun game. Oh, this is before I even bought what's it called? Premium. Yeah, Melty Blood definitely one of my favorite games now. So much fun to be had. I actually am going on a 20 streak in like the first 3 days of the game being out. And we made a new intro with some Soul Calibur music. My favorite Soul Calibur song from Soul Calibur 2. This was fun to put together. Fast forward a bit, Blaze Blue gets rollback, and we're like, what? Blaze Blue? We're blazing the blues yet again? My soul still burns? That's the wrong game? I'm not good at Blaze Blue by any means. I'm total ass at the game. But it's fun. It is. I love that game. I love the Blaze Blue series. It's like my second favorite fighting game series. I like the story. I like the characters in the story. I like playing some characters. I like how unique each character is. A little bit after that, I finally acquire all the mainline Soul Calibur games, including Soul Edge. Finally get my hands on those, so that, and the reason why I was putting it off for so long, because originally I wanted to do it the series with this, the whole playthrough stuff before the DOA series. I wanted to do it with Soul Calibur, but my PS2, the PS2 that I have, it can't play certain games, so I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I bought I bought my Kohai's PS2 off of him, and so we finally do the Soul Calibur retrospective. So we played Soul Edge all the way to Soul Calibur 6. I love this intro. It's so good. To shine. BB Tag gets rollback. Goddamn frying pan.
Frying pan.
We gotta play some BB Tag again. Best girl came out. Best girl came out in Guilty Gear. I'm like, finally, she's back. After all this years, after all this time, I've missed you so. My favorite Guilty Gear character returned. Yeah, that pretty much does it for our YouTube history. It's been a fun ride, honestly. There has been times, again, that I've had to slow down on making stuff or just stop completely for reasons one way or another. There have been times like that. But it's been my one consistent hobby and the one thing that I've really enjoyed doing that I found for myself when I was younger. 11 years. I wonder how long we can keep this up.